After a long drive down an empty road or deep into the forest, here you just climb up into a rooftop tent that's already set up, with room for two, and go directly to sleep, or directly to those thoughts that, it's up to you to control them, right? Just be positive, man. I mean, I can't, but you should. Anyways, opening the tent is simple. Gas struts lift the lid as soon as you unlock it, and the structure unfolds in one motion. A telescoping aluminum ladder pulls out from inside the shell and supports up to 330 pounds. It locks into place firmly so you can climb up without much movement. There are 3 large windows with zippered mesh panels for airflow, plus a roof panel for looking up at the sky. Small vents on the sides keep the air from feeling trapped inside. Lighting is handled by an internal dimmable LED strip and a second light under the entrance for nighttime visibility. When closed, the tent has a slim profile that doesn't take up much height, keeping your vehicle's shape clean and ready for travel. The tent stays compact during travel, folding down to 60 inches long, 48 inches wide, and 13 inches high. When opened, it gives you a sleeping space that stretches nearly 79 inches in length, with a center height of about 47 inches. The outer shell is made from ABS plastic with an acrylic inner layer to protect it from sun and road wear. The tent material itself is a heavy polycotton canvas, treated with a silver coating and a fire-resistant finish. And inside, you'll find a 1.6-inch foam mattress with a soft, removable quilted cover that's easy to clean. You can set this shelter up on the ground like a regular tent, or hang it between trees or posts if the ground isn't flat. Inside, it gives you about 79 inches in length, 34 inches in width, and 36 inches in height. On the outside, it stretches to about 110 by 41 by 55 inches, and can hold up to 220 pounds. Instead of traditional tent poles, the frame is made from strong polyester and TPU tubes that inflate in about 15 seconds using a small hand pump. Once inflated, the shelter stands on its own. The outer layer is a 210T polyester rainfly coated to handle steady rain, while the inside is lined with breathable mesh to let air flow through. You can secure the shelter with stakes when on solid ground, or use the webbing to suspend it between 2 anchor points. The carbon bars keep the sleeping area flat when it's hanging, so it doesn't fold in on itself. This is helpful when camping over rocks, wet ground, or slopes. The mesh walls help with airflow, and being off the ground keeps you clear of bugs and damp surfaces. Carrying gear during outdoor activities can be a hassle, especially when you need to stop and unpack just to grab something. This backpack takes a different approach. It has a special feature, a swing arm system that lets you access a lower compartment, called the shuttle pod, without taking the whole pack off. While the main part stays on your back, the pod swings forward, giving you quick access to whatever you've stored inside. The backpack holds around 30 liters in total. That includes both the top section and the shuttle pod underneath. It measures about 21 inches tall, 14 inches wide, and 9 inches deep. On its own, the pack weighs about 5 pounds. But when you add in things like the rain cover and internal dividers, it comes closer to 6.4 pounds. To use the pod, you pull a small T-shaped handle. This unlocks the pod, which swings around on an aluminum arm and rests in front of your torso. From there, you can grab your camera, tools, or anything else you've packed. When you're done, you swing it back and push it until it clicks into place. The backpack is made from ripstop nylon, which is tough and helps protect the contents from wear. Inside, there's foam padding to keep gear safe from knocks and bumps. The bottom part is sealed, so anything stored there stays protected if the top compartment gets wet. A rigid frame supports the structure of the bag and keeps it balanced. Next, people saying that this hammock feels more like a bed than a hammock. It works both in the air and on the ground. But when hung between two trees, making a flat place to sleep, unlike hammocks that sag in the middle, so no wonder you can sleep in your stomach, side, or however you please. It's made of US's strong straps, spreader bars, and metal hardware to keep everything tight and level. Inside, the floor is 80 inches by 27 inches, with a ceiling height of 35 inches, capable of holding up to 275 pounds. It has a base made of thick nylon, with a waterproof coating to help keep things dry. To set it up, you just wrap the straps around two trees between 7 and 30 inches wide. Then you connect the spreader bars using the buckles and slide in the poles to build the tent frame. It has a ridge pole and a cross pole, giving it its shape. You can also place it on the ground like a regular tent, no extra gear needed. Putting it together takes about 6 minutes once you've done it a few times. The first try might take longer since getting the tension and alignment right can be tricky at first. Inside, there are a few mesh pockets for storing small items, and there's enough headroom to sit up comfortably. Starting with a camper box turns a regular minivan into a small, comfortable space for traveling or short camping trips. The bed frame measures about 46 by 72 inches, and it comes with a mattress that's around 3 inches thick, giving a cozy place to rest. The box stands about 16.5 inches tall and weighs roughly 175 pounds, mattress included. It's made from birch and laminated plywood, which gives it strength and a clean, natural look. Inside the box, there are 4 drawers that can be pulled out for storing clothes, food, or camping gear. It also has a small kitchen setup with a stainless steel sink, a 12-volt pump that brings water from a 4-gallon container, and a single-burner gas stove with a windscreen. There's even a 26-quart refrigerator drawer that can be switched out for a regular cooler if preferred. When not in use, the bed folds neatly on top of the box so the van can still seat up to 4 people. Setting up the box takes just a few minutes, and no changes to the vehicle are needed. It's made to fit many common vans, such as the Toyota Sienna, Chrysler Pacifica, Dodge Caravan, Honda Odyssey, Ford Transit Connect, and Kia Sedona, and there's also a lower profile version for vans with less headroom, which keeps the same idea, but with slightly smaller parts. Looking at an inflatable electric catamaran with a twin pontoon layout and 4 independent air chambers. The motor uses a 2-blade, 11-inch propeller and allows for tilt adjustment up to 70 degrees, with trim angles between 0 degrees and 21 degrees. Shaft length varies by model, long or short. Power is supplied by a lithium-ion battery. Depending on speed, weight and conditions, the boat can operate for 2 to 8 hours. At a steady cruise around 3 miles per hour, it can travel about 25 miles. At top speed of 6 miles per hour, the range drops to about 10 miles. Solar panels are available as an option to recharge the battery while underway. Its structure uses PVC fabric and double-wall drop-stitch construction, which gives it a firm, stable form when inflated, far more rigid than typical inflatable boats. The boat packs down to 4 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet, making it easy to store or load into a standard vehicle. When assembled, it measures 14 feet 8 inches long, 7 feet 8 inches wide, and 6 feet 5 inches tall, offering around 86 square feet of usable deck space. Depending on the model and setup, the total weight ranges from 264 to 310 pounds. It can carry up to 6 people or more than 1,300 pounds in total. The boat's quiet electric system and zero emissions operation wins a plus from us as a choice for slow cruising in calm waters, wildlife zones, or areas with strict noise or fuel restrictions. Further, a charcoal grill and smoker folds up like a suitcase, easy to carry and store. It's a medium-sized grill, about 27 inches wide and 20 inches deep when open. It weighs around 28 to 31 pounds and offers up to 425 square inches of cooking space, which is plenty for several burgers, steaks, or ribs at once. It is made from die-cast aluminum with a tough anodized coating, which helps it stand up to regular use. Inside, it has a layered heat system that spreads heat evenly and helps keep the outside from getting too hot. This makes it safer to set down on a variety of surfaces, even while it's in use. Its airflow is handled by magnetic sliders called MagVent, which are easy to move and stay in place without extra parts. A built-in analog thermometer on the lid shows the temperature during closed-lid cooking. There are two ways to use this grill. You can open both sides to cook across the full surface, or keep one side closed for slow cooking or smoking. Besides, everything inside stays secure when you're moving it. The grates are held in place with magnets, so they don't shift around. Another compact cooking setup made to work with any regular 120-volt outlet. With two induction burners that share up to 1,500 watts of power, each with 9 heat levels, so you can cook full meals outdoors without needing gas or flame. When it's fully open, the kitchen stretches out to about 53 inches long and 16 inches wide, with a low profile of under 3 inches high. Folded up, it shrinks to around 26 inches in length and just under 6 inches tall. The whole setup, including the storage bag, weighs about 41 pounds, and it comes with a 7.5-foot cord, a drawer for utensils, a food prep area, and a cutting board made from recycled materials. It also includes a set of LED lights with poles, which can be used as lanterns or strung up overhead. The lights have 4 brightness levels and attach magnetically. One of its clever features is the cooktop's safety function. It only turns on when it senses proper cookware on the burners, and it shuts off when the pan is removed. This keeps things simple and safe when cooking outside. Further, the Aerotent Moon setting up using inflatable air beams instead of regular tent poles. To pitch the tent, a small device called the Gigapump 80 connects to the valve. You press one button, and the pump starts filling the beams. It takes about 4 minutes to fully inflate. The pump can move about 30 liters of air per second, and runs for up to 50 minutes on a full charge. It uses a 2,000 mAh battery, and takes around 4.5 hours to recharge. The tent size is about 126 inches long and 91 inches wide, with a height of 65 inches. It can fit 2 to 4 people comfortably. When packed up, it shrinks down to about 27.5 by 11.8 by 11.8 inches and weighs roughly 20.5 pounds. The tent also offers sun protection, with a UV rating of UPF 50+. It comes with 3 zip-up doors and a removable bug net. Some versions allow you to divide the inside into 2 sleeping areas with a covered middle space. So, instead of poles, the tent's support comes from air beams laid out in a cross pattern. And next, they just park and life is beautiful. Their trailer changes from something you tow to a small camp you can live out of. The other trailer with a platform that lifts up using a scissor-style mechanism, raising the tent above the main body without needing extra space. On top of this platform is a Yakima tent that sleeps 4 people, with an awning that folds out to provide shade. Underneath, there are drawers that slide out to reveal a 2-burner stove, a stainless steel sink, a fridge and freezer combo, and a surface for preparing food. It carries 16 gallons of clean water and has a 15-gallon tank for used water. It also has a pop-up curtain that hides a toilet and a shower area, powered by a small water heater. For power, the trailer uses a generator and a battery, an Optima yellow top, and the lights include adjustable LED strips and mounted lights to brighten up the space. The electric lift raises the tent, and the lower section becomes a kitchen and utility space. The stove and sink slide out easily, giving you room to cook and clean. The wires and pipes are hidden inside the body of the trailer, so everything looks clean and stays out of the way. Raising the tent off the ground helps with airflow and gives you a better view. The awning creates a nice area to sit outside, even in sun or rain. There are also mounts to carry fishing rods, fuel cans, and other gear. And this compact unit works as both a propane fire pit and a small grill. It measures 12 by 6 by 7.5 inches and weighs about 13.8 pounds. The body is made of stainless steel, and it runs on propane instead of wood, which means no smoke, ash, or flying embers. It runs for around 2.4 hours on full flame. The gas connection uses a QCC1 fitting, and the output has a quick connect. It also comes with foldable legs, a grill grate you can remove, a tray underneath to catch drips, and a knob that lets you adjust the flame depending on whether you're cooking or just enjoying the fire. There are two modes, one for fire and one for cooking. Fire pit mode gives you big orange flames, perfect for sitting around and warming up. Grill mode switches to a tighter, hotter blue flame, which is better for preparing food. The size and shape make it easy to pack in a car or use at a campsite, tailgate, or even the beach. It's not meant for cooking big meals, but it handles the basics, like a couple of burgers or some hot dogs, just fine. Cleanup is easier than with a wood fire, thanks to the grease tray, and all the parts fit inside the main body when you're done. Next, here's a 5-sided tent used for ice fishing, cold weather camping, or even as a sauna tent. It uses a central hub-style frame that makes setup quicker, even in freezing temperatures. 2 doors make entry and exit easier, and the 5-sided shape gives more usable floor area than a typical square tent. So the outer shell is made from thick 450 denier thermal fabric with a black PU coating. Inside, it's insulated with a 2.6 ounces per square yard polyfill layer to help retain heat and reduce condensation. The walls can handle light moisture, and there's a waterproof floor available, though sometimes it's sold separately. Its frame is made from fiberglass poles about 0.4 inches thick, giving the tent shape and strength. When fully set up, it measures roughly 9 feet long, 9.5 feet wide, and 6.7 feet tall. That offers a good amount of interior space. Some people set up small wood stoves inside. There's enough room for that, as long as the stove is properly vented and safely placed. High vents help with airflow, especially important when using heat sources. While it doesn't come with official snow or wind ratings, it's built to stay stable in rough winter conditions. And this camper manages to work both as an everyday vehicle and a travel van. It's made from compact vans like the Peugeot Expert or Opel Vivaro, and is available in diesel, fully electric, and a hydrogen model that's still in development. The electric version has a 134 horsepower motor and a 75 kilowatt-hour battery. On a full charge, it can usually go about 155 miles, though it can reach up to 205 miles in ideal conditions. It supports fast charging up to 100 kilowatts, which means it can reach 80% charge in around half an hour if the charger is powerful enough. One of the larger models, the Fixxter XXL, is about 17 feet long. It sits a little over 6 feet tall when the awning is included. A separate 200 amp hour battery powers things like lights and appliances inside the van, and solar panels on the roof help supply extra energy when parked. Inside, the sleeping area is designed with a clever sliding system that creates a flat bed up to 79 by 53 inches. There's also the option to add a pop-up roof for an extra sleeping spot. The kitchen setup includes a sink and a 2-burner stove, along with either a drawer-style fridge or a basic cooler box, depending on the model. Storage areas are tucked under the bed, near the kitchen, and sometimes between the front seats. Now analyzing a small travel trailer. Starting with that, it's packing quite a lot into its compact size. Its frame is made from a single molded fiberglass shell, with no wood in the structure, meaning fewer problems over time from leaks or rot. It sits on a strong aluminum frame, and the suspension system uses independent torsion arms for a smoother ride. Inside, its layout is simple and practical. Depending on the model, sleeping space comes in the form of a fixed queen bed, or a dinette that turns into a bed. Storage is tucked under benches and into corners. Ventilation is handled by a ceiling fan with automatic temperature settings. The ceiling is padded, and LED lighting keeps things bright without using much power. The kitchen includes a 2-burner propane stove, a stainless sink, a microwave, and a small fridge that works on propane or regular electricity. Bathrooms vary. The O2 has a full shower and toilet, while the O3 and O4 may have different options depending on how they're set up. Electric systems include a 30-amp panel, solar input wiring, USB ports, and both indoor and outdoor outlets. Safety gear like smoke detectors and fire extinguishers are included. The EXO system turns a vehicle's 2-inch hitch into a platform for carrying gear in different ways. At the heart of it is the EXO swing base. It weighs about 68.5 pounds and measures 34 by 49 by 9.5 inches. Once installed, it can hold up to 300 pounds of gear and attachments. It fits standard class 3 and 4 hitches and swings out 90 degrees, so you can still open your tailgate or access the back of your vehicle without taking anything off. You can build on that base by adding the EXO top shelf. This piece stacks on top of the swing base to create a second level. It weighs around 33.5 pounds and rotates for better access when loading or unloading gear. Both the base and the top level are designed to work with a range of other add-ons, depending on what you need for your trip. One of those add-ons is the gear locker, a sealed cargo box that's 60 inches long, 23 inches wide, and 16 inches tall. It holds about 10 cubic feet of gear and can carry up to 100 pounds on the lower level or 80 pounds up top. If you're carrying larger items like coolers or firewood, the Gear Warrior is an open basket with the same length and width but only 6.5 inches deep. It supports up to 250 pounds when mounted on the base, or 110 pounds if the top shelf is attached. The Origin 800 is a modular power station that delivers up to 800 watts of continuous AC output and uses lithium-ion batteries with a total capacity that ranges from 460 to 720 watt-hours. Each battery module has its own USB-C port, capable of delivering or receiving up to 60 watts, and they connect through a built-in detection system that locks them into place without extra cables. The system weighs around 23 pounds when fully assembled and measures approximately 7.6 by 11.1 inches. It includes 13 output ports in total: AC, USB-C, USB-A, and others, designed to handle a variety of devices at the same time. Charging is supported through 5 different methods: solar input up to 200 watts, high-power USB-C, car charging, and dedicated ports built into each module. Under ideal conditions, a combined solar and USB-C input can charge the entire unit, at 720 watt-hours in about 1.9 hours. It also works as a UPS, automatically switching to battery power in under 15 milliseconds if external power fails. The front panel includes an LCD screen that shows system status, power usage, and battery levels. It supports remote control and monitoring through a mobile app. The Origin 800 has multiple built-in safety features, including protection against overvoltage, overcurrent, overheating, short circuits, overcharging, and low voltage. Its modular structure adds another level of reliability by isolating issues at the module level. Each module can operate on its own, which means power can be shared or distributed across different setups as needed. For more, it adjusts to changing power needs without requiring a full system reset or shutdown. This inflatable tent connects directly to a stand-up paddleboard, turning it into a simple and practical place to sleep. It measures about 9.8 feet in length and around 3 feet in height, fitting boards up to 34 inches wide and 11 feet long. When stored, it folds down to about 21 by 12 by 9 inches and weighs under 11 pounds, which helps during travel. The outer fabric is made of water-resistant nylon with sealed seams to block rain, while the base is made of strong 150 denier polyester. 2 inflatable tubes, each about 6 inches wide, sit on the sides to steady the tent when it floats. Inside, there is a mesh section for airflow and insect protection, along with the reflective ropes for better visibility at night and a small loop to hang a light. It can be used in 3 different ways. On calm water, it connects to the paddleboard, turning it into a floating shelter. The side tubes help balance it and reduce movement. On land, it stands like a normal tent, once the tubes are deflated or removed. It can also be placed on top of a car roof rack, working as a compact roof tent for traveling. The side tubes inflate from a single valve. Straps attach it firmly to the paddleboard, and metal pegs hold it steady on the ground. Further, looking to an outdoor kitchen system, bringing everything you need for cooking and eating into one single box. When it's packed up, it's about the size of a small cooler and weighs around 20 pounds when empty. Open it up and it stretches out to over 5 feet long, giving you space to cook and seat up to 4 people. It includes 2 gas burners. These burners run on standard butane canisters, but you can also use propane if you have the right adapter. The surfaces are made from waterproof birch plywood, and the body panels are strong aluminum. Hinges and other small parts are stainless steel. Setting it up is quick. You unlatch the box, fold out the tables, and extend the legs. Inside, there's enough space to hold your cooking gear, gas canisters, utensils, and other supplies. The top of the box can also be used as a work surface when it's closed. To move it around, it comes with wide rubber wheels and a handle that pulls out like a suitcase handle. The burners sit close together, which makes it harder to use 2 large pans at once, but they work well for most basic meals. Since the table height is a bit low, it's more comfortable to cook and eat while sitting down. This outdoor shelter system can be set up in 6 different ways, depending on the trip or conditions. It works as a full tent with an awning, a lighter tent setup, a basic tarp, a hammock with cover, an open-style shelter with 1 panel, or just a hammock. When packed with everything included, tent body, 2 fly panels, hammocks, poles, guy lines, and stakes, it weighs around 6.7 pounds. The materials used in this system are chosen with care. The outer panels are made from 40 denier recycled fabric that holds off rain up to about 78.7 inches of water pressure. The floor uses a blend of 10D and 40D fabric and handles about 157.5 inches. Inside the tent, the sleeping area is about 90 inches long and nearly 47 inches wide, with a peak height of around 39 inches. It includes 2 small storage pockets and a ceiling hook for hanging a lamp. Components can be replaced individually if needed. Multiple units can also be zipped together to create a larger group shelter. A rooftop tent that attaches to the crossbars on top of a vehicle, with plenty space for 2 to 3 people. With a sleeping area of about 31 square feet. The tent itself weighs around 121 pounds and can hold up to 660 pounds, including people and gear. Setting it up is pretty quick. You remove the cover, fold out the frame using the ladder, and put up 2 support poles. You can also add awning poles at the entrance. One standout feature is the edge sealing system, which helps stop the fabric from flapping in the wind. This makes the tent quieter during the night. The AER can also connect to other Crua tents and be placed on the ground using a separate base, giving more options for how it's used. Looking also at the bed storage system of Nissan Titan, giving truck owners more organized and secure ways to carry gear without losing valuable space. It includes built-in sidewall compartments called Titan boxes, a flexible tie-down system known as UtiliTrack, and a few other helpful additions like lighting, a protective bed liner, and a power outlet. The Titan boxes are lockable compartments built into the side walls of the truck bed. They're designed to keep items like tools, straps, or small equipment tucked away safely. Each box holds up to 200 pounds and comes with a drain plug, which means it can even be used to store ice if needed. These boxes are available for different bed sizes and can be installed on either the driver or passenger side. And all it takes to set up this other camping shelter is a flat piece of ground. It's a complete setup that combines a pop-up tent, an inflatable floor, and a weather canopy. The tent is made from 300 denier Oxford fabric with a waterproof coating strong enough to handle wet conditions. Fiberglass poles hold the structure in place, and the pop-up frame helps it take shape quickly. The smaller tent measures about 7.9 by 7.7 feet, while the larger XL version stretches to about 10.3 by 9.7 feet. Inside, the walls stand around 6.9 feet tall, giving enough headroom to move comfortably. The inflatable floor acts like a firm air platform beneath the tent. It's made of 4 layers of PVC and is 6 inches thick, giving strong support that can handle heavy weight, about 1,100 pounds for the smaller version, and up to 1,760 pounds for the XL. It inflates to a pressure of up to 10 psi and connects to the tent with Velcro strips that help keep dirt and water out. The floor measures about 8.8 by 8.1 feet for the smaller tent and 12 by 11 feet for the XL, with weights of 43 and 67.5 pounds. It also has an insulation rating of R2.0, adding a bit of warmth and comfort when sleeping. Next, analyzing a smart shell that connects to the back of your vehicle, turning it into part of your camping setup. One of its main features is the ability to connect to your car's heating or air conditioning system. This helps keep the inside of the tent warm in cold weather or cool during the summer. It's designed to fit a wide range of vehicles and can also be used on the ground without needing a car at all. The Smart Shell is part of a larger camping system called the Boundary series. The second piece of this system is a much larger tent called the Magic Fort. It offers a lot of space, about 484 square feet, and stands nearly 11.5 feet tall. It's roomy enough for 12 or more people and uses the same kind of sturdy fabric as the Smart Shell. The frame combines inflatable parts with solid poles and tension lines, helping it hold its shape in strong wind. When you connect the Smart Shell to the Magic Fort, the vehicle becomes part of the space inside the tent. This setup lets you use your car for airflow, extra sleeping room, or added warmth, depending on the weather. Shaped to match the contours beneath a truck's rear seat, the TYGER Auto Underseat Storage Box provides a fixed, molded compartment measuring approximately 54 inches wide, 14 inches deep, and 9.9 inches high. Made from injection molded polypropylene with a textured black finish, it includes 3 internal sections to help separate and store gear. It is designed for a range of Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra models from 2019 to 2025. Some adjustments may be necessary if the truck has factory liners or pre-installed trays. It attaches to the floor using straps, avoiding any need for drilling or permanent modification. Its net and divider system helps contain smaller items that might otherwise shift during travel. Installation involves placing the box on the vehicle's floor and securing it with the included straps. Since no drilling is required, the process is quick and does not alter the vehicle's structure. Another tent using inflatable beams instead of traditional poles, meaning there's nothing blocking the middle of the space, and also meaning that we're slightly abandoning those middle poles used for, well, sometimes for acrobatic ideas. But anyways, the tent's structure is held up by air tubes, protected by 2 layers of polycotton canvas. Inside, the floor space is completely open with no center poles in the way. The ground sheet is zipped in, but can be removed for cleaning or quicker drying. For airflow, there are round mesh windows with zip-up covers, plus mesh-covered vents near the top of the tent. These help keep air moving while blocking bugs. There's also a loop at the center of the ceiling where you can hang a light or attach an inner tent. Instead of regular guy ropes, the tent uses webbing straps with metal clips. These are easier to manage and don't tangle as easily. The doorway includes a curved cover that helps keep rain from dripping into the entrance. When you buy the tent, it comes with a storage bag, steel pegs, a rubber mallet, a manual air pump with a pressure gauge, and a small repair kit. To set it up, you inflate it using valves located around the outside. Each valve has 3 positions: closed, inflate, and open. The air pressure should be between 8 and 10 psi. Once you're familiar with the process, setup takes around 5 to 15 minutes. This rooftop tent opens upward from the roof of a vehicle, keeping the sides clear for carrying gear like bikes, surfboards, or storage racks. When closed, it stays compact, and when opened, it creates a stable, level space for sleeping. 2 people can set it up without needing tools, ropes, or stakes. Just unfold it until the ladder touches the ground. The tent floor is made from 7 layers of poplar wood, arranged in alternating directions to strengthen it. The surface is sealed with plastic sheets to protect against water. The ladder is stainless steel with wooden steps, and it extends to about 7.5 feet with a locking feature to keep it stable. A strong PVC cover wraps around the tent when it's packed up, held in place by an elastic rope. The fabric used for the roof is thick polyester combined with a light blocking inner layer, and the sides are a cotton and polyester mix that allows air to move through but blocks light from the outside. Its materials are tightly sewn to keep them from flapping in the wind. Inside the tent, the mattress and pillows come included, along with windows and doors that can be opened or closed from the sleeping area. The tent sits flat against the roof when open, so nothing dangles or sways. You can also store small items like pillows inside when it's packed down. Huracan Fabrication has come up with a smart way to use the empty space inside a pickup truck's tailgate. Instead of letting that area go to waste, their system turns it into a hidden compartment where you can store tools, gear, or supplies. It's made from steel that's been cut with precision and coated in black to protect the surface. Some models also offer a soft carpet lining on the inside. Most versions come with a lock to keep your items secure and small gas struts that help the lid open and stay up without slamming. Foam padding inside keeps things from rattling, and rubber seals around the edges help keep dust and water out. Each storage unit is built for a specific truck model, so it fits tightly without gaps. Models supported include the Ford F-150, 2021 to 2025, except those with special tailgate features, Toyota Hilux N80, Nissan Navara NP300, and several others like the Silverado and Sierra. On average, the whole setup weighs around 42 pounds. Since about 10 pounds of the original tailgate is removed, that means the truck only gains roughly 32 pounds once the system is installed. Installation's pretty simple if you're comfortable with basic tools. You remove the outer panel of the tailgate, make a few cuts with a grinder or multi-tool, drill a few holes, seal it up, and bolt the storage unit in place. We've pretty much got it done in 2 hours. And another tent. This one made to work with many different types of ATVS and UTVS. When it's packed up, it's pretty compact, somewhere between 40 to 63 inches long, 16 to 24 inches wide, and around 6 to 12 inches tall. Once you set it up, it gives you a sleeping space that's roughly 70 to 87 inches long, 43 to 55 inches wide, and up to 51 inches high in the center. It weighs somewhere between 18 and 33 pounds, so it's not too heavy to carry on your vehicle without affecting how it rides. It connects to your ATV using adjustable clamps, brackets, and straps. You don't need to permanently attach anything, so it can work with different rack types or cargo setups. That means it's easier to take on and off when needed. Setting it up doesn't take long, which helps when weather conditions change quickly. The tent has mesh windows and roof vents that help air circulate and keep the inside from getting stuffy overnight. Some models may have 1 or 2 doors, depending on how you mount it to your vehicle. Inside, there are small loops to hang your gear and spots to attach lights. Some versions may even come with a small awning to give you a bit of cover outside the entrance. Tucked away behind a pickup truck's taillights, this clever system turns empty space into a hidden storage compartment. Each drawer slides out smoothly on metal rails, using cable and energy chain systems that make the movement steady and reliable. The whole setup sits on special brackets that absorb vibration, so it doesn't rattle when the truck moves. Both drawers can be locked with keys, and they only open when the tailgate is down. This keeps them safe from opening by accident while driving. The drawers come as a pair, one for each side of the truck. Because of the fuel filler pipe, the left one is a bit shorter, while the right one offers full length. Together, they weigh around 40 to 48 pounds and can hold about 10 to 20 pounds each, making them perfect for small tools, recovery straps, or personal items. Despite being tucked behind the lights, the taillights still work exactly as they did before. To open the storage, the user presses a hidden release button. Depending on the model, either the taillight swings out or stays in place while the drawer slides from underneath. When closed, it looks completely natural. Nothing on the outside gives away that there's a compartment hidden behind the light. The system was first designed for trucks like the Volkswagen Amarok and Toyota Hilux, fitting perfectly into the space between the taillight and the wheel well. An air tent is designed to sleep 6 people. It sets up using air tubes instead of regular tent poles. The whole tent weighs 24 pounds, and the inside space is roughly 9 by 10 feet, with a ceiling height of just over 6 feet in the sleeping area. Its outer layer helps block rain, with a water resistance level equal to about 118 inches, and the floor adding even more protection with a rating of roughly 197 inches. The fabric is a type of polyester designed to hold its color over time. For airflow, the tent includes several mesh windows and roof panels that let in fresh air while keeping insects out. There are 2 doors, one at the front and one at the back, each with a small awning over it to help keep rain from getting inside. The tent comes with a hand pump, ground stakes, a repair kit, and a storage bag. It's part of Zempire's Aerospeed series, which focuses on quick setup using air-filled support tubes instead of traditional poles. A key feature is its ability to connect to other Zempire tents or shelters. Using waterproof connectors, it can be linked to shelter units like the Aerobase or Speed Base. These connections let people move between tents and shelters without stepping outside when it's raining. Up to 4 tents can be linked to a single shelter, allowing for a larger shared layout. And a camper kit, turning a regular 4x4 pickup into a small camping setup without changing how the vehicle drives or fits into parking spaces. It weighs around 73 pounds and includes 4 electric jacks and a fabric tent that fits around the edges of the truck bed. When it's packed down, the total height of the vehicle stays under 6.5 feet, so it can still fit in most garages or underpasses. The jacks are electric, so there's no need to lift anything by hand. Once activated, they raise the structure and give the tent enough height to create a comfortable space above the truck bed. The fabric wraps securely around the frame and the edges of the bed, creating a simple, enclosed area for camping or resting. This setup can work with different pickup models, depending on the shape and size of the bed. In one example, the system was installed on a Mercedes double cab pickup. That version had dark wood interior panels, bench seats on both sides with storage underneath, a pull-out drawer for kitchen items, and a small utility cabinet. The 2 benches could be rearranged to form a bed, and there was also a small table and overhead storage. Water and power were included in the build too. There was a 10.5-gallon tank, a 12-volt pump, a removable water heater, a fold-out sink, and a back shower curtain setup. The power came from a battery and a folding 220-watt solar panel, which made the setup more self-sufficient. Tucked neatly into the bed of a Tesla Cybertruck, this self-contained module transforms into a compact living space, with the sleeping capacity is rated for 2 adults and 2 children. Weighing in at around 1,200 pounds, it holds 40 gallons of fresh water and 20 gallons of gray water, filtered through a 4-stage system. Its integrated solar roof offers up to 500 watts of peak output, while a 20 kilowatt-hour plus battery draws from the Cybertruck's system. Despite its presence, aerodynamic drag remains negligible when stowed, and range impact is estimated at around 5%. Covered when not in use, the module deploys automatically via a smartphone app. Its low center of gravity keeps the truck's handling stable, while visibility from the driver's seat remains unobstructed. Inside, it offers a full suite of residential-style amenities without protruding beyond the Cybertruck's profile. The kitchen includes a concealed induction cooktop beneath a porcelain countertop, automatic drawers, and a deep multi-level sink with integrated accessories. A dry flush toilet eliminates the need for black water tanks, while the bathroom features a recirculating shower system with multiple spray modes. Chairs convert into recliners, and then into a bed, with a radiant heated floor providing ambient warmth throughout. Smart windows use frameless electronic tinting, and can be adjusted via voice or app. Lighting follows the same control system, and entertainment is anchored by a 32-inch 4K smart TV that mounts flexibly inside or out. Connectivity is maintained through built-in Starlink satellite internet. Retractable solar panels contribute power to the main battery, or operate independently. The roof, made of truck bed liner grade material, resists fading and weather. Next, another tent that connects to the back of a car using a standard 2-inch hitch. Instead of sitting on the roof like many other vehicle tents, this one folds down to the ground. That means no climbing ladders to get in and out, which can be a big plus, especially at night. It's also wider than most 2-person rooftop tents, about 22% more room inside, so there's more space to stretch out. One of the main features is how fast it sets up. The frame fills with air instead of using poles, and the whole thing can be ready in around 3 minutes. There's a built-in air mattress, and underneath that is a base made of solid aluminum panels, which helps keep the floor flat and steady. The entire setup, including the tent, mattress, and support parts, fits into a box that stays mounted on the back of the car. That box can be removed or rolled to a different spot if needed. Since the tent isn't on the roof, you can still drive your vehicle while the tent is set up. A storage box made from solid welded steel and designed to fit inside the tailgate of certain vehicles, like the Jeep Wrangler. In some models, like the JL, the steel is extra thick for added strength. For the JK models, it typically uses 18-gauge steel for the main body. Areas around the lock are reinforced with even thicker 1/8-inch steel to help prevent break-ins. The lid is attached with a special hinge system that makes it harder to pry open and is built to keep out water and dust. When opened, the lid folds down into a flat surface that can hold up to 40 pounds, so it can also be used as a small table or workbench. The lock itself uses a 10-tumbler, double-bitted design, which offers more security than a standard key. It also has built-in seals to keep out dirt and rain. Some models come with a combination lock instead. The entire surface of the box is coated in a textured finish that protects it from wear and the elements. Inside the box, there are 2 removable trays. These are helpful for organizing smaller items like tools or gear. The full size of the inside isn't listed, but it's designed to take up most of the space inside the tailgate. The lockbox usually lines up with factory mounting points, but depending on the setup, drilling might be needed to make sure it fits tightly and securely. And a tent just for us who spend long hours fishing by the water. In fact, it's a bivvy-style tent, meaning it works as both a shelter and a resting space during fishing trips. Its waterproof rating is equivalent to about 32 feet of water pressure. A heavy-duty ground sheet comes with it. The tent is mostly seen in olive green, a color that blends naturally with outdoor surroundings. It has 4 side windows and a wide front opening that let fresh air move easily through the interior. This helps reduce condensation during humid nights. The front door also includes a mosquito net that can be completely removed, giving the option to keep insects out or leave it open when the weather is calm. This design keeps the tent breathable and comfortable while still offering solid protection. The Alpha X1 comes from Raptor Carp Gear, a brand under Raptor Boats that specializes in fishing equipment. It was developed mainly for carp fishing, where anglers often spend long hours outdoors. The tent is made for quick setup, using a frame that locks into place securely with minimal effort. And the last product to our spot is this one. And, well, we just looked at it, like no thoughts. Kinda lovely, don't know? These trailers are under 1,650 pounds. You can tow to any vehicle. No special license needed, of course. And that's it. My son said they look like cartoon cars.